A Florida man attacked a cop for waking him and then started rapping. A Florida man stabbed his friend for lying while telling a story. A Florida man broke into a home to use the toilet. And a Florida teacher reunited weary travelers with their lost luggage. These are the weird stories for Friday on Weird AF News, the only daily weird news podcast in the world, and the only daily weird news podcast in the world that does Florida Friday. All the amazing, funny, degenerate holiday news from this week, from the state that we adore. Let's get into it. Florida Friday, baby. Weird AF News. A Florida man attacked a cop for waking him at a crash site and then started rapping. It's a lot to wrap your head around there. So he was woken up. He was at a crash site. He attacked the cop for waking him up, doesn't like to be awoken, and then raps simultaneously while attacking a cop. These are some skills here. I know a lot of rappers, they can't rap while attacking another person. I mean, even in battle rapping, you don't actually attack the person. You just, you kind of stand close and rap at them, you know? In what is being described as a very bizarre Florida DUI incident, we have a man attacking a Florida deputy, then rapping, "You think I'm scared of prison?" That's according to the Putnam County Sheriff's Office. "You think I'm scared of prison?" What was the other line? That's not a rap. There needs to be another line after this. Multiple lines, I recommend, if you're going to call this a rap, a legit rap. "You think I'm scared of prison?" It's got to be followed up by something. This incident happened on Christmas when a crash was reported at the intersection of Cisco Road. The Sheriff's Office say they arrived and the deputy made contact with a Florida man. And it's always dicey when you're making contact with a Florida man. This man was sitting in the driver's seat of a Hyundai Sonata that appeared to have hit the Olivia Lane road sign. The vehicle was still running. So he hits a sign. It's still running. He appeared unconscious with a bottle of alcohol in his lap, according to the sheriff's office. Ooh, that's how you get caught. You got the bottle in your lap. Ooh, sheesh. You got to chuck it out the window. The deputy turned the vehicle off and instructed the suspect to exit the vehicle. The suspect attempted to exit the vehicle, then sat back down and tried to start the vehicle. No, I decided I'm driving away from you, sir, because I think something bad's going to happen if I keep interacting with you, Sheriff. Then he was pulled out of the vehicle. They pulled the Florida man out of the vehicle. He's a 39-year-old driver. He pushed the deputy, it says, knocking his radio to the ground and tried pulling the deputy's gun out of its holster. Wow, this is a very ornery Florida man on this Christmas. The deputy was able to take him to the ground. Oh, yes, secure him with the assistance of a fire rescue personnel. After securing the man, the suspect began rapping to the police officer. There's no recording of the rap. I'd love to hear it. Perhaps I'll just improvise some Florida rapping for you so you can get the gist of what probably went down at the scene. "I'm a Florida man, and I go far. I drive real drunk after leaving the bar. I'm a Florida man, and I don't fight, but I drive around town after 90 Bud Lights. I'm a Florida man, and that's a fact, and all I want for Christmas is a big bag of crack. I'm a Florida man. I don't got pants. I'll break into your home and water your plants." Pretty good. I hope you enjoyed those Florida improvised raps by yours truly. I do have some talent in this world. I'm not sure what it is. If you guys would like to call the show and leave your own Florida rap, I would love it. That would make my weekend. 646-450-2012. Please refrain from dropping F-bombs. Keep it sort of clean for the kids, you know what I'm saying? But still keep that Florida edginess. You know the kind that I'm talking about. A Florida man stabbed his friend because he lied while telling a story. I'm sorry. I hope a man didn't die over this. I've told some tall tales in my life, but I've never been stabbed for it. This took place in our favorite county in Florida, Pinellas. Guys, say it with me on 3. 1, 2, 3, Pinellas. A Pinellas man has been charged after a night of drinking with his buddy. They say the night took a turn. Yeah, it took a turn, all right. According to the Pinellas Park Police Department, officers responded to a disturbance When the police arrived on the scene, they determined that Van Vui Dong, age 56, of Pinellas Park, had invited his friend over to his place for some holiday drinks. Come over for some holiday adult sodas. Bring your knife. Authorities stated that while Dong and his friend were drinking these alcoholic beverages to celebrate the season, a verbal argument broke out that resulted in Dong stabbing his friend with a knife 2 times. 2 knife stabs 'cause you lied about your story. The police record showed the fight broke out when Dong accused his friend of lying while telling a story about sending money to Vietnam. At that point, it says, Dong became irate, was yelling at the victim, told him to leave immediately for lying. I guess that wasn't enough. As the victim entered the kitchen to leave, Dong grabbed a knife and followed him into the garage. Now, hold on. What's he going into the garage for? That's not exactly leaving. Or perhaps he parked his car in the garage. Wow, what a spacious garage Dong has. Wow. Very nice of him to allow his friend to park there as well. I have to tell my friends to park on the street because I don't have room in my garage. Dong grabbed a knife, followed him into the garage. According to the police, Dong attacked the victim from behind while he was leaving the residence. My goodness, from behind? A bystander witnessed this incident and had to separate the two, but Dong continued to attack the victim. Dong stabbed him multiple times. Dong, what are you doing? Dong punctured the victim's lips. Well, stabbed him in the lips? I guess that's what you get for lying. How dare you tell a fib? I'm stabbing you in the lips. Perhaps he was trying to cut off his lips. I believe that's what they did in the medieval times when you lied, right? They would tie you up in the center of town and cut off your lips. In addition to the lip stabbing, he was punctured in the sternum, which resulted in internal bleeding, and he had to be taken to a hospital. He remains in stable condition, thank goodness. According to the police, while the victim was being interviewed at the hospital, he said that Dong was, quote, trying to kill him for lying during his story. But he wasn't lying, he says. He sent money to Vietnam, he claims. But whatever this was, it really irritated Dong. I mean, all I can think of is that he actually owed Dong the money, and Dong was like, where's the money? And the guy's like, I sent it to Vietnam. He said, well, that doesn't help me. I'm in Florida, all right? I have many charges as a Florida man. Do you know the fines that I have to pay as a Florida man? Every Florida man's walking around with $5,000 worth of fines for public urination, public indecency, DUI, and, I mean, you can imagine the others. Florida man broke into a house and used the toilet. It was a battle of the bowl, as Collier County, Florida deputies did what they needed to pry a burglar off the toilet at a house that he had just broken into during the holidays. Well, when you gotta go, guys. The deputies arrived on the scene of a Golden Gate home after reports of a suspicious person that had broken into the home. According to the owner of the home, James Jimmy Hobbs, age 44, meandered up to his front door on December 27th and began demanding money. After being sent away, Hobbs was undeterred, and instead of leaving the scene, he looked for another point of entry inside the home. What he did was hide behind the homeowner's vehicle until the coast was clear. Then Jimmy snuck his way toward the back of the home and imposed his way into the lanai by shattering the pool door. As he approached the slider that gained entry to the house, Hobbs used so much force to pry it open that he actually crushed the locking device. Having realized a stranger had just barged into his domicile, the homeowner fled from his residence and contacted authorities. First of all, I would just want to give a shout out to the writer of this article using large words like domicile and lanai. I don't even know if I said that right. Is it lanai? It must be lanai, right? I don't know. I mean, how could a Florida person even read this if I can't? As the deputies arrived, they scoured the home for Hobbs. As they made their way into the master bedroom, they heard scuttling from the bathroom. Ooh, scuttling. What a great verb. Inside the bathroom was Hobbs, sitting on the toilet, in the middle of his business. Deputies ordered Hobbs to remove himself from the porcelain seat, but Hobbs refused to comply. In their arrest report, the police noted that Hobbs appeared to be, quote, under the influence of drugs or alcohol. This Christmas. Still in his seated position on the holy throne, Jimmy remained defiant until one deputy removed his taser, activated the red light, indicating that what the next course of intervention would be. Realizing his cornered situation, Hobbs rose to his feet and without further issue was handcuffed and placed in the back of a cruiser. Now, on his way to the Naples jail center, a clearly frustrated Jimmy Hobbs commented to the deputies that he needed them to speed it up. Now you're wondering why. Probably because he had to go, right? He had to finish his duty. They interrupted him in the middle of taking a dump. No, that wasn't why he wanted them to speed up. He requested that they speed up the process so that he could, quote, get back to drinking. Well, I'm going to assume that they did not speed up the process and let him go back to drinking, but they did get him to a toilet rather quickly. I assume that one in the jail cell should do him well this Christmas. Hopefully he didn't poop in the back of the cruiser. That's, I mean, what do you do at that point if you're the police? You're like, do we let him finish and then put him in the cruiser? I mean, it's a big risk to put him in there without letting him finish his duty. A lot of questions here. A Florida teacher helps reunite holiday travelers with their missing baggage. This is a feel-good Florida story. Someone doing something nice for the community during the holidays. Let's end on this one. As travel mayhem gripped the nation this week, one Tampa-based science teacher did her part to help spread a little holiday cheer by helping to reunite weary travelers with their lost luggage at the airport. With thousands of flights canceled over Christmas weekend, Brittany Luber-Vervish found herself searching through an Armageddon of luggage at Tampa International Airport the day after Christmas. Now, Brittany and her husband had already faced some holiday travel woes themselves. They had canceled their Christmas Eve flight to visit family in Ohio because of the severe weather. They decided instead to fly to Tucson, but then that flight got canceled. While her husband stayed put in Southwest Airlines customer service line at the airport to figure out how to get their luggage back, they decided to head to Southwest and Spirit Airlines' joint baggage claim to look for the bags themselves. When they arrived at the baggage claim, Brittany says, I'd never seen anything like it. Hundreds, if not thousands of bags piled up at the baggage claims from flights all over the country. I couldn't believe it. Faced with a mountain of baggage, Brittany realized that she could probably, with a little effort, reunite some travelers with their own luggage by texting the number listed on the luggage tag while she was looking for her own. I was circling through that baggage claim as stuff was coming off the line and being piled up, and if there was a tag on it with a number, I just sent a text. Says here, Brittany sent at least 50 text messages while searching for her own bag. A lot of the bags that ended up in Tampa were either sent there from another location where the traveler didn't make it on the flight or were left behind by travelers who made it out of Tampa without their bags at all. Others were left behind because of cancellations at the airport that day. Brittany said she was just trying to help people so they knew where their bags were because people were all over the United States at that point. She says, it was like walking through the bags. You know, I was walking through them. I was like, oh, here's your bags. Is this your name? They were like, yeah. I'm like, well, here's your other bag. And they were like, other people like, do you work here? I was handing out bags to people. Brittany said the people in the airport who had been waiting for their bags for hours were thankful for Brittany's initiative. As for the people that she texted, she said they were generally grateful for her tip, with some asking her to give their phone numbers and addresses to Southwest in order to ship their luggage out. Well, you know, it was an inconvenience for us overall, but for people that had no idea where in the U.S. their luggage could possibly be, I was like, well, if I at least tell them it's in Tampa, they know it's not still where they were going, or, you know, maybe they can figure out where it is and at least how where to look for it, you know? Brittany's heroics did not go unnoticed. One lucky traveler shared her text message on Twitter, writing, thank you to the random stranger who texted me that my suitcase was, in fact, in Tampa. You are an absolute lifesaver this holiday season. Brittany and her husband eventually found their own bags at the airport 4 hours after the flight was canceled, but she says that was time well spent. I'm a teacher. I help people. That's what I do. Anybody can do something. What I did was very small, but if everybody does something, it can have a ripple effect. Oh, lovely. Good for her. And I'm so pleased that there's people out there in the world that do things like this. We need more people that do this. And what about the airport employees? This seems so easy to just text people the numbers on the bag. I put my number on my bags all the time. You would think that they would just text people. Nope. It's too difficult. It's too complex. I don't know. Why would we do that? Let's just make a pile, an Armageddon of luggage in the corner, and see what happens. Well, I know some of you are traveling these holidays, and I hope that you make it to your destination safely and make it home. And I hope your luggage does as well. Yay! You like podcasts? You're listening to my podcast. Maybe you thought to yourself, I'd like to make a podcast. Too difficult. No, not with Anchor. Anchor has free creation tools that allow you to record and edit your podcast from your phone or your computer. Anchor distributes your podcast to Apple, Spotify, Stitcher, and more. They have advertising integration, so you can even make a little money off your podcast. Everything you need to make a podcast in one place. Download the free Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started. And good luck with your podcast. Good luck with your creation. Good luck with your life, man. Thank you for spending some time once again with me in the closet, the production studios of Weird AF News. If you are new to the show, please subscribe. I would love that. Subscribe for the new year. Give it a chance. How about that? I got a nice Happy New Year email, by the way, from Teresa Lamar. She wrote, "It's been a while, but in my defense, Jonesy, my roommate moved out and I'm broke as a joke. I still listen to you every night before bedtime. I'm going to try to send you a tip via PayPal." You rock, Jonesy. Good luck with your life, man. Good luck with your life, Teresa. Good luck with you in 2023. Teresa did, in fact, send me a PayPal tip, which I'm so grateful for. How sweet and lovely to receive this holiday love and support. If you guys want to send me a tip via PayPal, it's very easy. It's just my email, funnyjones@gmail.com. You can do some other things at weirdafnews.com to support the show, such as joining the Patreon or buying me a cup of coffee or something like that, if you choose to. Appreciate all the support. Also got a nice review on Amazon from someone with the initials KMB. 5 stars, by the way. Yeah, 5 stars. All right. The title is, "It's a Strange World. Good Thing I Can Laugh." My morning routine is busy, so I like to hear the flash brief as I'm getting ready. Early in the year, I came across Weird AF News with Jonesy. At first, I didn't like it. It seemed to me like some masshole cracking wise on strange news articles. That was until I actually had the opportunity to listen to the podcast when I realized what exactly it is. Jonesy is a professional comedian, not just some guy with a microphone in a newspaper. I do not believe the show is scripted, as it feels like he improvises as he reads the story. If you have ever seen The Grateful Dead, then you know sometimes improvisation is brilliance and other times it falls a little short. No matter, you always walk away entertained. That is the beauty of this gem. He also is interactive with his fan base and is very approachable. While I'm sure he does make some money from this podcast, I have never felt he's doing it for the money. He's trying to put some joy out there in the form of laughter. If you get it, laugh and feel better, even if only a moment. I believe that's why he does this. That, or it's a clever ruse to get a free supply of coffee. His spot-on accents bring the stories to life. If you don't walk away laughing or at least entertained, all I can say is, good luck with your life, man. Wow, is that an amazing review or what? KMB, I got so much love for you. I'm so grateful that you wrote all that. It's amazing. And this is someone who gets it. Yes, the show is not scripted. I improvise as I read the story. And like The Grateful Dead, sometimes it's brilliant. Other times, you don't know what you're going to get with an improvisational performance. I do the best I can, and I try to remain caffeinated so that I get a better performance. Sometimes I do other things as well. It's all for the performance, guys. All for the performance. And, well, you say here I don't make much money doing the podcast, but you'd be very surprised to learn that I make as upwards as $6,700 a year. I mean, I'm not trying to throw around and brag, but hey, I don't mean to throw my success in your face. But we're doing it in the closet here, guys. This is fabulous. Imagine if this was just a ruse to get free coffee. I mean, it's working. Getting a lot of coffee for the holidays, and anyone who sent me coffee, I'm grateful. So grateful. Anyways, grateful for this review, and if you guys want to leave a review like KMB, the superstar, did, you can do it on Amazon, and please consider giving me at least 3 stars. That's what I ask. I mean, I try and set the bar low. 3 stars makes me happy. What else did I want to say? I got some great calls from the Angry Floridaman. You're going to want to stick around for this. Yeah, the Angry Floridaman came out for the holidays, so we're going to publish some calls from that fella. And I just want to wish you all a happy New Year. It's New Year's weekend, so I hope you have a great time with your loved ones and friends. Hope that you're safe. I hope you party it up, man. This is the It's like the one night of the year that you really can let loose, I think, and it's okay. Even in public, it's okay to make a nuisance of yourself a little bit. Now, I'm not saying break any laws, guys. I'm just saying have a good time. I'm not saying break into somebody's house and use their bathroom. I don't support such things. But, if you're in Florida, that seems to be the way they do it down there, When in Florida, you may be wondering how I'm spending my New Year's, and it's doing a show over here in North Hollywood at the Ha Ha Comedy Club with some hilarious friends of mine, such as Adam Hunter, Katie Corzola, Ahmed, Rob Zapata. It's going to be an amazing show, and I'm so grateful. This is what I would like to be doing on New Year's, is hanging out with my funny friends. So I'm very blessed in life that I get to hang out with the funniest people in the world, I think. And I'm very blessed to have amazing listeners of this podcast that I just record in a closet on simple equipment. It's just, I'm so blessed. This year's been fantastic. I'm going to probably publish a best of 2022 on Monday, if I have some time over the weekend to get to such a project. It's going to take a lot of time for me to put something together. So you just don't be surprised if it's not a regular episode. It might be the best of, in which case, worth a listen for sure. But it'll probably be longer than the normal podcast at that point. It'll probably be like an hour or longer, because there's just been so many amazing stories from the year 2022 that deserve to be enjoyed again, I think. Anyways, if you guys like to reach out to me, you got my number. My email is funnyjones@gmail.com. Slide into my Instagram DMs at funnyjones if you'd like to say Happy New Year to me. I love you all, and I wish you a wonderful weekend. All right, we'll see you on Monday.
Hey, Jonesy, this here's the angry Floridaman here, and I'm just checking in with you here at the end of the 2022. I seem to have misremembered not remembering how to record a Christmas greeting to you last week, so I'd like to bundle that together with a little Happy New Year and a Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays in general. You know what I'm saying there, friend? So anyway, in regards to these people over there in the Stanford University, I'm not sure if I'm saying that right, Stanford or Stamford. I don't really care, because it doesn't matter what you say. They're going to come down on you. They're going to come down on you. They're going to tell you saying it wrong. You're insensitive to somebody. My friend, he works on my car. Oh, goodness. I guess the dryer's done. Anyway, my friend, he works on my car, and he proudly goes as a Hispanic mechanic, and I think that's quite all right. If that's what he wants to be called, that's what you can call him. But now maybe I made that up. Maybe that is completely insensitive, and I understand if it does not make the cut. Now, I'm coming back at you right now there, Jonesy. This is the Angry Floridaman here, just checking in again to let you know that I've also on a bit of a coffee high right now. It is morning time. I'm drinking some coffee. I would tell you that if I ever did catch a teenager writing some fake parking tickets for my vehicle, I do believe I got a wrist rocket slingshot that may be taken into use and maybe pop them right in the ass cheek. You know what I mean? Because that's all right. No, I wouldn't. I may just go out there and ask him to start cutting some fake tickets from my neighbors just to see them get all hopped up on the goofballs and the WD-40 and whatnot, and then run around and yelling at each other. I sometimes, Jonesy, when things come into my head, they don't always translate through the tongue. I know your lips and teeth work. Anyway, time's up. As you may or may not know, as if I may have told you in the past, maybe in the future, I don't recall, I also have run for election of certain things in my town. I care not to, alderman, whatever. I don't really know what it is, an alderman or an alderman. I don't really know. But if I was in a foreign country such as India, it wouldn't be foreign to me if I lived there. And if I was upset because I was unjustly not voted for and I had a sword, I may start swinging it, I say. I almost slipped into a Boston accent there. I wouldn't know why that would happen. Anyway, Jonesy, maybe back in the day they used to have fellers go out there and duel, with little musket pistols. Maybe he thought he could, slice and dice up his opponent. Anyway, yeah, I understand, Jonesy. I understand. So. Those last three things I just sent you there, I tried to take some notes and tried to call back to some of the things you speak of on your podcast, and I don't think I did a great job. I'm going to be honest with you, but I will talk to you right now on the real tip. Happy New Year, as I said. Make my New Year's resolution to be more of a better guest. Try to be more responsible with my intelligence and my speaking ability and my ability to speak at all, for that matter. Even if I'm incorrect, I don't get angry as I should or as I may. But in the future, I'm going to lose weight. I'm going to gain weight. I'm going to gain the weight that I lose, and I'm going to lose the weight that I gain. And in those situations, that doesn't really make a lot of sense to most. You know what I mean? And take a deep breath there, Florida man. I mean, can I be called the Florida man? Florida they? Is that what you're going to call me now? Peninsula man? Peninsula they? What is it? Anyway. I feel like I should just close up by singing My Country, Tears of Thee. But you can't say America or American anymore? That's crazy, man. If you were called a U.S. citizen, and like, oh, fellow, I don't know, man. That seems more like a label than calling someone American, because, I mean, American can cover 2 continents of people, I mean, I think that's a pretty wide spectrum of people you can cover. Am I being too rational right now? Am I whisper talking right now because I'm supposed to be doing my chores and my wife can't hear me talking on the doohickey? I don't know. These are all things you think about sometimes when you're thinking about things you think about. Am I double talking to make up time? No, not doing that. All right, I'm going to go pop into some Pringles, you know what I'm saying? Because I got them there bacon bit ones. All right, Jonesy, talk to you in the new year. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Happy New Year, Jonesy. It is now officially 2023, or maybe it's a few days before, because that's when I recorded this. But anyway, Happy New Year to you and your fans, all the folks from everywhere but Florida, because Florida people, we don't need no recognition. We know where we stand. We stand in line at Busch Gardens and ask for Coors Lights when we get up there just to mess with the vendors. You know what I'm saying, Jonesy? It's a good time. Yeah. Anyway, man, like I said earlier, I like to pop into some Pringles. Remember that time you told me about that lady that was chasing a guy around in a golf cart there with the Pringles can full of red wine? Ooh, what an inventive lady she was. Oh, would like to get her digits. You know what I mean, man? You could just get, do you think there's a little salt left residue in it? Get a little extra twang when she drank it? Anyway, Jonesy. Boxers or briefs, it doesn't matter to me. We all got to do something. I'm just going to keep on calling and keep on talking right now. You can feel free to delete or be discreet or just post them all. I don't care. I'm Floridian. I'm not angry today. Maybe I am the docile Floridian today. Maybe I'm just hoping them iguanas you speak of and many times, they if you put one in the microwave just like 3 seconds, will they pop back up onto their feet? I mean, I don't recommend it. I mean, because once you pop, you can't stop. Just like I keep saying that phrase, you know what I mean, Jonesy? But I mean, really, get them frozen iguanas. I call them iguanas because I just did. And I don't know, man. I mean, are they like little popsicles? You know what I mean? Could you put one under your armpit until it starts squirming? How do you thaw them? I heard about that man that time who had them all in his car and they all started attacking. I mean, I like a picture of some little iguana and Ninja Turtles. Anyway, Jonesy, I'll talk to you later.